Hello there. Welcome to Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. I'm back with yet another stunning and informative video. In my today's video, I'm going to talk about, yes, your guess is absolutely correct, I'm going to talk about a new idiom. But before I dive into today's video, time to take a quick recap. What did I teach you in my previous video? What did you people learn from my previous video? As far as my previous video is concerned, remember talking about an idiom, work like a beaver. Yes, you heard me correct. In my previous video, I remember talking about to work like a beaver. What does to work like a beaver mean? Well, to work like a beaver means to work really very hard. I remember giving you a couple of examples related to that idiom. Time to dive in today's video and time to talk about today's idiom. In my today's video, I'm going to talk about a new idiom, and the idiom I'm going to talk about today is hit the sack. Yes, you heard me correct. I'm going to talk about the idiom hit the sack. Well, the first question that comes to my mind when I talk about this idiomatic sentence is what does hit the sack mean, or what does it mean? But before that, I remember talking about this idiomatic sentence hit the sack in one of my previous videos. Well, at that point of time, I remember talking about this idiomatic sentence hit the sack in a nutshell, and today I'm going to talk about it in detail with a couple of examples. Well, what does hit the sack mean, or what does it mean? Before you discover the meaning of this idiomatic sentence, hit the sack, I want you people to understand the meaning of the word sack, S-A-C-K, sack. Yes, you had me correct. What does sack mean, or what does it mean? Well, sack means bag, a bag, especially a large bag of strong and coarse material for storage and handling commodities like coffee and coal and sugar, etc. Well, the word sack has got multiple meanings, and the one which I told you a little while ago is one among them. There are other meanings for the word sack. Another meaning which is coming to my mind right now for the word sack is, plunder or a plumage. Well, it has many other meanings too. Now, coming to the point, coming to the idiomatic sentence, what does hit the sack mean, or what does it mean? Well, hit the sack means to go to bed. Yes, you heard me correct. To go to bed or to go to sleep. Yes, you heard me correct. That's the meaning of this idiomatic sentence, hit the sack, which means to go to bed or to go to sleep. Let's try to comprehend the meaning of this idiomatic sentence with a couple of examples. Here comes example number one. He hits the sack late. Yes, you heard me correct. He hits the sack late, which means he goes to bed late or he goes to sleep late. Before I move on to my next example, I'd like to talk about something real very important here. When I'm talking about he, I am using yes or es after the word. Why is it so? There's a strong reason behind it. Now, what is the strong reason I'm talking about? As far as he is concerned, he comes under the category of third person singular. And when I get the chance to talk about third person singular, grammar wants me to use yes or es after the verb. Now, what is the verb I'm using here? Hit. And hit become hits. And the right sentence, the right example is, he hits the sack late, which means he goes to bed late or he goes to sleep late. Moving on to the second example, I hit the sack right away after supper. Yes, you heard me correct. Example number two, I hit the sack right away after supper, which means I go to bed or I go to sleep immediately after supper. Before I move on, I'd like to talk about the word supper. And the spelling of the word supper is S-U-P-P-E-R. That's the spelling of the word supper. What does supper mean? Supper means night food. As you all know, a day comprises 3 meals: breakfast, followed by lunch, and followed by supper. Breakfast is the first meal of the day, lunch is the second meal of the day, and supper is the last, third, or final meal of the day. As I remember telling you people in one of my previous videos about breakfast, that skipping breakfast is not a mistake, it's not a blunder, it's a Himalayan blunder, which means a very big mistake. So never skip your breakfast. Moving on to the next example, example number 3. When do you hit the sack? Well, it's a question. When do you hit the sack? Yes, when do you go to bed, or when do you go to sleep? Moving on to the next example, it's time to hit the sack. Yes, you heard me correct. It's time to hit the sack, which means it's time to go to bed. Well, hope you got the meaning of this idiomatic sentence, hit the sack, which means to go to bed or to go to sleep. Before I take your leave, I've got a question to ask all the people out there who are watching my video. When do you people hit the sack? Do let me know your answers in the comment box below. Before I take your leave, I've got a humble request to make all the people out there. Please like, please share my video with your kid and kid. And don't forget to subscribe my channel by pressing the bell icon at the bottom right over there so that you keep getting notifications right away when a new video is uploaded on my channel. Do take a very good care of yourself and step out of your house only when it's absolutely necessary. Thank you very much.